I'm Duan. Welcome to PD Tech for another professional guide.
And I'm Peter. You focus on the build, we'll focus on the books.
In this video, we show you how to reconcile prepayments and overpayments during the bank reconciliation when you receive money from a customer without an invoice, or pay a supplier without a bill in Xero. In the Reconcile tab of the bank reconciliation, find the statement line you need to reconcile. Here we have a bank statement line from Jacaranda Maple Systems for a deposit paid in advance of an invoice being raised. In this example, we must reconcile this bank receipt as a prepayment, as it's an advanced payment for future work. It's important to note that prepayments attract tax, so should not be used when a customer has paid too much by mistake, or if you accidentally overpay a supplier. From the Create tab on the right-hand side, click Add Details. Xero identifies the transaction as a direct payment by default. Click the arrow and choose Prepayment from the list. Xero assigns the prepayment the next available invoice number, as it treats the transaction like an invoice without one yet being created. Add or update the description, so it's easy to identify what the customer receipt relates to. For example, deposit in advance of work scheduled for October. If you need to recognize sales tax at this point, select an account with the appropriate tax rate. In this example, we'll choose Revenue Received in Advance. We can see Xero has calculated the sales tax included in the total amount. When you're ready, click Save Transaction. Then click OK or Reconcile. The prepayment shows in the Awaiting Payment tab of the Sales page, ready to apply to a customer invoice when you raise it. Now, let's look at using overpayments to reconcile a payment to a supplier we've accidentally overpaid. Here, we've got a bank payment for $153.85 to PowerDirect. We know there's a bill from PowerDirect, but Xero hasn't found a match, so we need to investigate. On the right-hand side, click the Match tab. Search for the supplier and click Go to find the bill in Xero. Select the checkbox to match the bill. As there's a balance left over due to a payment error, we must create an overpayment to reconcile the total statement line. In Section 2 of the Transaction Reconciliation, click the New Transaction drop-down, then select Spend Money. Xero identifies the transaction as a direct payment by default. Click the arrow and choose Overpayment from the list. Xero automatically pre-fills the transaction details, such as the account as accounts payable and the tax rate as tax exempt, which you can't change. However, you can edit fields such as the description if needed. In this example, we'll change the description to Overpayment made in error, refund due. So we have a clear reason for the extra payment made, and identify the supplier will return the amount overpaid. Review the transaction details, then click Save Transaction. When the bank statement line matches the transaction total, you can reconcile the statement line. Click OK or Reconcile to complete the process. Use prepayments to reconcile customer and supplier payments for future work that don't yet have an invoice or bill, and use overpayments to reconcile additional customer or supplier payments made in excess of outstanding invoices or bills due.